Right.
Yo, Big Daddy, man, let me tell you something. Welcome to the Fat Joe Show, the big show. I get more excited than the fans, man, when my guests come on and I see Big Daddy Kane on there. I'm like, oh, shit, man. Yo,
What's
Kane,
good, my
man,
brother?
thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, man, my pleasure, man. I'm glad to be a part of it, man. Yeah, man, I love what you're doing, too, man.
Thank you, man. I just try to, like, you know, bridge the gap. You know, a lot of people going through a lot of shout out Sus1 for reaching out. DJ Sus1, my brother. A lot of people been going through a lot with this COVID-19, and I just said, you know, let me shout out to Teddy Riley. I said, let me do a little show, talk to the people, cheer them up. You know, I'm scared too. You know what I'm saying? We all human. So when this shit kicked off, you know, I'm trying to help the people, but it became more therapy for me. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Big Daddy, let me ask you a question. Being that we already on this subject, the God Rakim came on here on the Fat Joe Show, the Big Joe Show, and he said he would like for you and him to do a versus together. Big Daddy Kane against the God Rakim. Do you accept the challenge from the God Rakim?
Well, I mean, Swiss Beats called me like over a month ago about this, and I told him to make it happen. So, I mean, you know.
Wait a minute. Hold up. This is what we call a Joker moment. Out the gate, Big Daddy Kane. Are you confirming that you're willing to do a music celebration with the God Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, versus the God Rakim?
As I just said, Swiss hit me like over a month ago. I think like maybe like a day or two after the Teddy and Babyface joint. He asked me, and I said, make it happen. I said,
Swiss, where's the
ready.
battle? Timberland, where's the battle? You heard it here first.
Yeah,
the biggest show in the game.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it, baby.
Big Daddy Kane, let me ask you a question, right? We can't rewrite history. But a question I always wondered, right? When KRS-One went after MC Shan, because you and the Juice Crew, Shoes, Roxanne Shante, Biz Markie, Master Ace, Craig G, Coogee Rap. Why didn't you all blitz him and go against KRS-One? For like nowadays, if I beef with 50 Cent, I got to battle Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks. Everybody comes. Who made the decision of let Shan handle KRS-One one-on-one?
That was me. That was me. Because
this is the Joker moment. Gang.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
No. Let me explain. At the time, there was a lot of animosity between me and MC Shan. Like he was, uncomfortable with me being the new member down. And, we didn't really have a good relationship. But at that very same time, KRS-One helped me move out of my mother's crib. When I got my first basement apartment, it was me and KRS-One carrying a gray velvet couch down the stairs. Miss Melody had a 25-inch TV under her arm. And her cousin Yvette had the VHS. And we took this to the basement apartment I was moving in, hooked it up, and sat there and drank a 6-pack of Heineken watching The Color Purple.
Can't do it.
So
you can't jump in, you can't do it.
But hear me out. Hear me out. That's the battle that I've always wanted. As much as people wanted to see me and Rod go, it's like I've always felt that Rakim is one of the greatest lyricists ever, but I don't see him as a battle rapper. You see what I'm saying? KRS-One is a bona fide battle rapper, a go at your throat, try to hit all your points.
I don't think the verses is about battle rapping. I think it's about playing your
No, I'm talking about, what people always wanted to see throughout the years. Ever since the 80s, they wanted me and Rod to go, I mean, people have been asking me that for over 30 years, But I mean, the versus thing is cool, but I'm just saying that, like, as far as a battle, KRS-One is the person who I would rather battle because he is a real battle MC. I see him as some real serious competition, you know, having to go at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like...
Oh, that's interesting, but I never knew that you was tight with KRS behind the scenes like that. That he helped you move. Oh, so now it makes sense to me because I never understood. I always wondered how these guys, because when you talk, KRS-One's my idol. So he comes out with the South Bronx. I'm at every show he ever had. He used to wear the white t-shirt with Bob Marley on the shit. I got stories for you too. And I go every block party, every jam he ever did. I'm in the front. I'm KRS-One groupie, right? He come out with South Bronx, but it was like he was going up against the Empire. You know, you guys had a monopoly with God Bless the Dead, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl, Fly Tie. You guys, Remy is talking. She said Verzuz is cool, but everybody can't survive real battles. Remy Ma's talking shit on here. Listen,
I respect
what I'm saying to you, sis, is crazy. Because she battled. So I go like this. I say, I thought the whole Juice was gonna go at it, and I waited, but I never knew you was actually cool with KRS behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought KRS ain't have a chance. And then he come with the Bridges Over, and it's just him and Shand, and we know how that went.
Indeed. I mean, when Bridges Over dropped, that's when Fly Tie came to me and said, yo, I need you to end this, but don't tell Shand. Make it seem like you got involved on your own.
Stop, Kane. Stop, Kane. No way. Big Daddy Kane, don't say that. You telling me this is another Joker moment. Yo, Kane, you are on fire. Let me ask you, yo, Kane, you telling me that Fly Ty Williams came behind everybody's back and said, yo, Kane, I need you to squash this beef. It's getting out of hand.
No. He asked me to go crush Chris. Not squash the beef. He wanted me to put out a diss against Chris. You know? He said, I need you to end this, but don't tell Shand. Make it seem like you got in on your own. And I was like, you know, yo, Chris is my man. Shand don't even call me by my real name. He referred to me as the new nigga. You know? So Ty was like, so you saying you're not Juice Crew? I said, nah, you said that. Last year when I asked you, you know, so am I down? You said not just yet. You said I'm not Juice Crew. So, I mean, I'm good. I ain't getting in this, you know? Yeah. And that caused like a whole bunch of beef between me and Mr. Magic, you know? Because when Magic got word, he started, you know, saying slick stuff on the air, and it caused like a lot of beef between me and Magic. But, you know, we eventually, you know, squashed it. We got cool. Like, right now, Magic, like my brother. You know?
I used to listen to Mr. Magic every weekend, man. He was beyond iconic. You know, Mr. Magic, he played all that shit. You won't be smelling all right, Kiss Allen. He had the joint, man. He used to always play that shit. I'm the Godfather. Do they remember when they used to play I'm the Godfather?
Tony G. Yeah. Marley Marl production. Yes, sir.
All right, let me tell you the first time I heard of Big Daddy Kane. I was at the Zodiac 2 in the Bronx. This was like the dead end zone. You walk up the stairs one way and one night. It's like 4 in the morning. Biz Markie comes on and says he got his man. He's a new artist. He go by the name of Big Daddy Kane. You had the white Rasta hat on, like the Jamaican hat.
That was my thing.
And you did the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
Yo, Kane, let me tell you something. Everybody wasn't so hardcore. They was on the street, but people had fun at that time. I literally tell this story. I watched guys run up the wall. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. When you did the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I watched guys trying to defy gravity and run up with the Benetton bags. I'm talking that time when they used to wear the green Benetton bags, trying to, with the little hats, trying to run up the wall. They was trying to run. We never heard no shit like that.
Well, I mean, you know, those were like fun rhymes that I was, you know, like writing for Biz, because you know Biz, his show was basically more comedic. So you know, rocking with him, I would have the funny rhymes about girls, and then I would, you know, like have like I guess party like rhymes, you know, like that one, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
Biz made my favorite song ever in hip hop. Is the Vapors.
Oh,
the Vapors.
Yeah.
My pound for pound favorite one single song ever in hip hop history is the Vapors.
Now that song meant a lot to Biz. Like that's the most he ever talked to me about writing anything. You know, like with Picking Boogers, he was just like, yo, just write some stories about picking boogers, but somewhere say, hey Ma, what's for dinner? Go up your nose, pick a winner. You know, like nobody beats the Biz. He would always just be like, yo, I want
hold on, Kane. I'm acting like I like I'm dumb or something. So you saying you wrote the Vapors for Biz Markie?
I mean, yeah, I thought everybody knew that. But yeah, but I mean, you know, Biz he would always, you know what I'm saying, you know, like just basically give me the guideline, like I want the style like this.
So Big Daddy Kane wrote my favorite record in hip hop history.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, with that one, that was the first time Biz was like, go to Vaughn, talk to Vaughn about, you know, what happened in his life. You know, he'll probably tell you about da-da-da. He was like, yo, remember that story when you was telling me about, you know, person in your family that boom, 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 you should talk about that. That's what you need to write about. That's what you need to talk about, you know? I mean, like, he was on me, on top of me about that one. Like, that one really meant a lot to Biz. A whole lot, yeah.
Yeah, the Vape is my favorite hip-hop song of all time. And because I grew up so poor, and they would make fun of me. And when I started hustling, and started getting my first cars and all that, I would blast the Vapors through my whole block. I go around the block all day like 30 times, blasting the Vapors. They caught the Vapors with my seat all the way back. They caught the Vapors, and then the Vapors,
Yes, sir.
And then you know we would switch it up.
Now,
yeah, and talk about my guys, and Smooth Operator. I don't want to talk bad in front of the kids because we mature now, but Smooth Operator influenced me to hit the streets and get money. You know, because you had all this jury on in the video, you shooting that pool, and I was like, yo, I need the jewels, man. I need the Dapper Dan. I need the jewels. I need all that shit. So, you know, I'm not going to lie, you know, because I always say hip-hop's entertainment. I always say, tell the kids, don't live after. If I say rob a liquor store, don't go rob a liquor store. But that record influenced me to get on my grind in them streets.
Well, I mean, I'm not quite sure what the hell I said to know to make a brother want hustle, but I mean, but I'm glad you're here though. I'm glad you're here, baby. You know,
I'm glad I'm here.
For real.
Trust me. Shout out to Emmanuel Lewis Webster. He's on the check-in. He sends his love.
Manny is my dude. I love him, man.
I love Manny. You know, he sent me some cakes. I'm on a diet, but his people sent me some rosemary cakes. He sent me some cakes.
I told him as soon as it clear up.
They tore them shits up. He got some cakes. Yo, they tore them up.
Well, I can't do those, Joe. But I told him as soon as it clear up, I'm gonna fly down there and go fishing with him because he heavy into that fishing thing, you know. Yeah.
I never been fishing.
Nah, me neither. I went one time, like on like a little edge of a creek or something, and saw a snake, and I was good, man. I was good.
I went fishing one time with Khaled. I rented a mansion in like Miami, and he wanted to go fishing, and then he caught something, and I thought we caught a shark, a whale. He was. For like 20, 30 minutes, he came up, he had a fish about this big. Oh, shit is kicking. Yo, it's going to kill something. Yo, it's a shark. Yo, it's a tidal wave. He pulled up a sardine. I was in a club, I believe it was Studio 54 or Roseland, because you know they used to be next to each other. And that is the very first time I ever heard Jay-Z rap. And
Studio 54.
You brought him on stage.
Studio 54.
How did you meet Jay-Z? How did you know about it? How did you see something in him enough for the almighty Kane to bring him on stage and let him rock with you?
I think it was around like 88.
I was there, by the way. I was in the crowd. But go ahead.
Yeah. That, I think when you're talking about it's like around 92, 93. But it was around like 88 when I got a call from Nike from the Shirt Kings and said that Fresh Gordon was doing a mixtape and wanted me to do it with Jaz-O. So I came through, you know, to do the state, you know, this tape with Jaz-O. And Jazz asked me, he said, yo, can my man spit? And I was like, I don't care. So Jazz put his man Jay-Z on. So after we did it and we riding back home, like Nike was like, yo, we really want you to work with Jazz, you know, for him to get a new deal. And I was like, you know, honestly, I kind of like the light-skinned motherfucker better, man. You know, can I work with him? And me and Jay-Z ended up connecting that way. And I used to, you know, take him in the studio and we was recording songs, trying to shop them to different labels to get him a deal. I want to say this was like around like 90, 91, 92. And then when I went on tour with Patti LaBelle and I saw like, you know, she was doing like 3 or 4 outfit changes during the show. I'm like, I ain't never seen no shit like this in hip hop, you know? So when I came back off the road with her and went out on my own tour, I called Jay-Z, called Positive K, and was like, yo, I want y'all to come on tour with me. I got an idea. So I come out, do half my show in one outfit, then call out Jay-Z and Positive K and let them rhyme on the mic while I'm in the back changing clothes. And then I come back in a different outfit and finish the show. So, you know, dude had been out on tour with me and we've been in the studio a lot. But I mean, you know, in all honesty, Joe, it's like had what we was doing work for Jay, I don't think Jay would be where he is today. Because that's when Jay was doing that fast rapping stuff. You know? Yeah. But so he wasn't doing what he's doing today. So, I mean, I think his career would have been a lot different if those songs would have came out. I'm glad they didn't, and what he did it his way, because that's what made him the man he is today, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that Reasonable Doubt, man. I think what Jay-Z did was, prior to Jay-Z, hip-hop was always hip-hop. It was talking real shit, but he captured his life in real time. And so, like, he was explaining the shit we was going through in the street, in the hood, but right on time. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like Nas, they were explaining it right on time. Like, right, like what was happening right now. You know, hip-hop before you was all like, somebody, come on and party. Like, you yeah. And it was, or it was broken glass everywhere. It was like, but Jay-Z put it like in real time. Like, he was telling the story, and I was like, damn, my man Frank just caught the Rico case. Yo, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Shouts out to him. Do you ever connect? Do you ever talk to each other these days?
I haven't spoken to Jay in a good while, but you know, every once in a blue moon, you know, I might get a phone call, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure he loves you, man. He's helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's helped me a lot. You know, I'm signed to Rock Nation. He's a beautiful guy, man. But I remember seeing him first with you before anybody. I seen him on stage with you, and that's like one of my moments in my life. It's like, but let's get to. I was at the Apollo, mm-hmm. and you coming down off the sky on a swing with a fucking Greek toga suit on. What was?
No, I had all white. The girls had on the toga suit.
They had the toga. You had the all white. I'm in the crowd, Kane. What made you think of that coming off the sky?
That was actually Fly Tie, a whole idea. That was Fly Tie's whole idea. Yeah. He ran it by me. I'm like, dope.
Yo, that was so crazy, Kane.
Yeah, that was Ty's idea, and it came off. I was happy, you know. But I mean, I can't take no credit.
I never forgot it the rest of my life. It came. It was legendary. It was beyond. And then I was there when Biz slid out the nose.
Yeah, the big nose. It had the boogers falling out, and then all of a sudden Biz drops out later. Yeah.
That shit crazy. Also, Slick Rick represent. Shout out Slick Rick. I remember one time I seen him somewhere in Manhattan. I think it was Club Muse or something. And he did the whole show sitting on a throne. See, I call your era the greatest era because it was so entertaining, and it was you guys were trailblazers and setting it. It wasn't like you was trying to be somebody else. It's like y'all was setting it musically, stage performance wise. Like y'all set the blueprint, and then we took the baton from there. That's why I can never call the Jay-Z, Nas, Cameron, Big Pun, Fat Joe era. I can't call it better than the Salt Peppers, the Slick Ricks, the Heavy D's, you guys. I love your era more than any other era.
I thank you, brother. You know, I think it's always about the era you grow up in. You know, I think it's always about the era you grow up in. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, there's a teenage era right now that probably think the greatest era in hip hop, you know,
is right now.
Or even like, you know, the Ludacris, T.I. era.
My daughter thinks what's my man Travis Scott is king.
Yeah, you know, so it's about the era
like that. Listen to the intro. Listen to the outro. I'll be like, yo, mom, man, we've been doing that shit since 92, man. Yeah, but you're right. So that was my fun time where we would go to the club, friends, and love hip hop. Also, for me, I've been doing it a long time too, to where that was the time I was really just a fan. Like, you know, like I would watch on dream of being an artist. You know, so then also, Big Pun, you and Coogee Rap were his favorite rappers ever. I know he told you that in your face in North Carolina, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, you remember when I first met him at your on your birthday at your video shoot?
Nah, I don't remember when you met him at birthday.
Me and Tito came and brought you some Cristal.
Yo, shout out to Tito from the Fearless Four. I remember y'all came and Tito took a birthday cake and he lit up like 10 $100 bills as the candles.
Yeah, well, that day, that's the first day I met Pun
at the John Blaze video shoot.
Yep, and he was like, "Oh shit, Big Daddy Kane, Mom, bring the kids." That was the funniest shit ever, man. Yeah,
he loved Big Daddy Kane, so his style came from Kane and G-Rap.
Yeah, he reminded me so much of G-Rap, man. You know, I appreciate, you know, the love he showed me, but damn, I mean, yeah, he was definitely, he took the baton from G. You know, you can see that he was definitely G had a heavy influence on him, man.
You know, I went to G-Rap and Nas, and I took Pun when I first discovered him, and I said, it's important for y'all, I want y'all to hear my guy. So, you know, he's the fatter Puerto Rican kid. And he starts spitting, and I see Nas and G-Rap face. They like, G-Rap was like, no, Joe. This the one. This the guy, Joe. This the guy. And I was like, yo, he look up to you, G. He was like, yo, this the guy. I'll just say it to complete the cycle. I remember when we was at the funeral, Big Pun's funeral. Mm-hmm. Coogee Rap came to see him. And I just broke down in tears and just, I was like, yo, Pun, your idol's here. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how much I love KRS, how much I love LL Cool J. I love all you guys, but, you know, those are like the guys I got the poster on the wall.
Understood.
And so just to see Coogee Rap come through.
That's beautiful.
It was deep. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can dig it, baby. Yeah. Let me tell you, man.
I know you've been asked this a million times, but
hold on, before you change topic, let me just say this real quick. The deep cover joint, I thought was dope, and I was like, amazing. But my dude, I'm gonna tell you what was life changing. That joint, when he said, "I'm battling Jesus," when he passes through my label, snatching his halo, "Tell God I trade you, send my father back as an angel." I was like, yeah, I don't even need to hear nothing else. That's one of the nicest motherfuckers out right now. I'm like, I don't even need to hear nothing else from him. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm done.
That guy said, I snatched his Jesus. I think that was a parental discretion on his album with Busta Rhymes. And this guy was so nice, I used to have to argue with him so he could dumb it down. I'd be like, yo, you too nice, bro. And dudes selling drugs on the corner don't want to hear all that shit. So he would argue with me and say, yo, Joe, you limited. I'm like, yo, dumb that shit down, B. They on the corner. They want to hear some, the guy was amazing. The guy was amazing. Tell me how all this Madonna thing came about. You the biggest sex symbol in hip hop, and then Madonna. How did this come about, Kane? I know you might explain it to people all the time, but this the big show. This the Joker show.
Yes, sir.
Different people watching this thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Warner Brothers sent me, Madonna, and Color Me Bad on a promotional tour, visiting kids in the hospital, and we were going to different hospitals, just visiting kids that were sick and stuff, but they were mainly like upscale hospital, you know what I'm saying, the bougie joints. So the little kids didn't really know who the hell I was.
It wasn't like the hospital the Joker dropped the gun on in the movie The Joker. You seen your man drop the gun.
Yeah, nah. Like this is that real bougie shit, So anyway, the kids didn't really know who I was. And Madonna's talking to the kids at one of the hospitals like, you know who that is? That's Big Daddy Kane. He's a famous rapper. Let me hear you say, ain't no half. And I'm like, wow, Madonna know my shit. Whoa. Like, I was just blown away, because this is a major pop star, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, she knew my music, I was blown away. So afterwards, I'm like, hey, thanks, for the assist. I truly appreciate that, And she was like, nah. And then she told me, like, yeah, I'm about to do this book, Yo, Kane,
how the hospital with the little kids turned into the porno joint? Like,
I'm telling you, she said, she about to do this book, and it's going to be photographs, and she think that I'm attractive. She'd like to have me in it, and I was like, I would be honored, And she was like, well, it's going to be like pretty much nude photos. I was like, well, shit, even better. Let's do it, And yeah, that's how it came about. Yeah.
Yo, so did you ever have a relationship with Madonna, or it was just a photo shoot?
Nah, it was just a photo shoot. It was just a photo shoot. That's all. Like, she was a sweetheart, down-to-earth person that showed so much love. And, I mean, we had so much fun on the set. And then after that, I went back to my room.
How about Kiki Shepard, man? We used to look at Kiki Shepard like, damn.
Yeah, I'm still wondering where that rumor came from. Like, I honestly did not know Kiki Shepard. I mean, other than seeing her at the Apollo saying hi.
So basically, when you say to me, Kane, that you wasn't like one of these horny young rappers that be running around, running down on anything. You was just like...
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that nothing happened between me and Kiki Shepard. I didn't know her. I didn't know Kiki Shepard. It was like when I started hearing these rumors, I'm like, when the hell? I'm like, I don't know Kiki Shepard,
Let me ask you a question, Big Daddy Kane, because as a fan, I always thought, this is a Joker moment, guys. I always thought when they started the nasty rumor about you having AIDS, I felt like that was competition or an enemy who spreaded that rumor to slow you down because you was killing the game too much.
More than likely.
Is there any truth to that? Have you ever got to the bottom of that, or it just something that happened?
I don't know where it came from, but I mean, that's when the Kiki Shepard thing came about. Because the first thing I heard was, I got it from her. And I'm like, I don't even know this woman. You know what I'm saying? Then I heard, some other stuff. Like, it was just crazy stuff people were saying. And I'm just like, wow.
You got to imagine it was like viral before viral. That shit was just viral.
But Joe, here's the crazy thing. At that very same time, that's when everybody was saying that Rakim is in jail. That's when everybody was saying that Jam Master Jay got killed. Jay was still alive. And I'm sitting there like, yo, you see Jay, you know he ain't dead. You see Rakim, you know he ain't in jail. You see me, that don't mean shit. I can still have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, they gave me the worst fucking rumor ever. Like, why would I be the one that's dead or in jail?
And they did that, and the enemy did that to you. And and it was well calculated. They must have ran with the fucking publicists and everything, because they had that shit everywhere. How about
it was in magazines and everything, yeah.
How about Scoop and Scrap Lover?
What about them?
They're possibly the best hip hop dancers ever.
Oh, no,
also, Heavy D and the Boys. But Scoop and Scrap Lover, they was as famous as you being dancers.
Yeah. I saw something. I ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus, but I remember one night at a club, I saw the security hold another established artist back so the Scoop and Scrap could come in the club. And I was just standing there like watching.
They just did. You might as well call that shit when they go 8+ or, you know, Big Daddy Kane and group. Like, them motherfuckers was the group. Like, anywhere I saw them, because I never could see Kane, I'd be like, oh shit, Scoop and Scrap Lover. Same thing with, shout out to the Boys, Heavy D and the Boys. The Boys, they were famous too at that time too, doing them dances.
T-Roy and G-Wiz, yes sir, yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, so Kane, let's get to Madison Square Garden. I'm in the crowd. Yo, Kane, you told me to talk about this shit. Yo, Kane, don't do that to me, man.
No. Go ahead, brother.
I had Roy Jones up here yesterday talking about where he came to knock me out. A Fat Joe talk about everything. I'm transparent, right? Go ahead. I'm at the Budweiser Superfest, right? What was it?
1993.
Budweiser Superfest.
Budweiser Superfest, yeah.
You the headliner. I'm sitting in the crowd just being a fan, minding my business. Flow Joe, my first single was like #1. All of a sudden, the crowd starts going crazy, like pandemonium. And I look to the side, it's Tupac from Juice and Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls at the time. So they walking, Tupac see me, it's like, oh shit, yo, Crack, come on. I wasn't even with him. He called me like, yo, let's go. So I walk with Tupac, with Biggie, right? And we go up on stage. You performing. Then the infamous freestyle. Yo, Kane, you gotta understand this though, my brother, man. You know I love you, Big Daddy Kane. You know that's the infamous freestyle. Like, sometimes people won't even know you were standing next to them at that shit. Like, you passed them the mic.
To this day, if people don't know that that's my show. Yeah.
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9. Yo, all my niggas in the pen, here we go again. Ain't nothing separating us from a Mac 10. Yo, Kane, I was standing right next to them. People don't know that. And I was standing there. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Just like you said, maybe them Jay-Z records should have came out at the time. I wasn't ready for Tupac and Biggie at the time. Not to follow up what they was doing. But then they passed me the mic so I could go. Flo Joe's #1. Big Daddy Kane said, yo, hold up. Fat Joe, my brother, what's up? Yo, we ain't got no time. No more.
No, listen. I saw you on stage. I saw you when you was ready to go. And I wanted you to rhyme. I honestly did, because I knew who you was. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted you to go, you know. But it was like, you know, we had a set time. And because of that freestyle, we was almost over my time because I wasn't doing that every night of the tour. You know what I'm saying? I was just sticking to the straight show. Because we took like an extra 10 minutes for everybody. Because remember, it wasn't just Pac and Biggie. It was Shaheem from Wu-Tang, Scoob Lover. I even want to say Positive K, maybe. I think Positive K rhymed too. But it was like we went so many over.
It went too far.
Right when you got ready to rhyme.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on, give me a second. Right when you got ready to rhyme, that's when they came and was like 5 minutes. And I still hadn't done half of that.
Kane, they didn't know that was Fat Joe. They didn't know that was lean back Fat Joe. they didn't know that was not your Kane.
They wasn't going to pay an extra $20,000 for me to go 10 minutes over.
They thought that was the fat guy who got lucky with Flo Joe. They didn't know that was Fat Joe, not the living legend. Yo, Kane. I said to myself, Kane, I said, man, and I know you, I never said Kane hated on me. I just was like, yo, I could have been on that, right? You know. No,
I wish you could have.
And sometimes I say the story and people think I'm lying. When I was like, yo, I was standing right next to Pac and Big when they said this and that, people think I'm lying. Sometimes I say stories, Kane, they think I'm a liar.
No, on the thing with you and Papoose, somebody said that on there. And I jumped on there and said, no, Joe telling the truth. That's exactly what happened, you know? Because, I mean, you know, it's something that bothered me as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember what it was like being that new dude waiting to get my shine.
Let me ask you a second, Kane. You know? Did you ever in life ever think to yourself, as Fat Joe's going on in his career, you ever said to yourself, you know, I didn't get to pass him that mic that day?
I said it to you. You remember years ago? Years ago, I saw you somewhere, and I said to you, I said, yo, I still owe you one, man. I ain't forget about the garden. I still owe you one. You don't remember? I said,
yo, Kane, let me tell you something about that story. Because my executive producer is my daughter, Azariah Milan, and also Dre of Cool and Dre. That day I saw you was in Miami. I leaned back, was #1 in America. I'm feeling myself. I got the sky blue Phantom outside, bunch of jewelry, big entourage, and I see you in the restaurant. In my eyes and in my world, I bigged you up on another level. So I'm like, yo, Kane, I remember I saw you in front of Apollo with the wide body kit Benz. You had the dapper there shit on. You was like, yeah, Joe, you was calm. You was like, you know, you was an OG at the moment. You was like, yeah. I was like, nah, Kane, you came down the swing with the two girls and I'm bigging you up so much. And in my mind, I'm bigging you up on another level. But when we left, my brother Dre, he's on here. My brother Dre said, yo, you was trying to play Big Daddy Kane? I said, what do you mean, Dre? He was like, nah, because you was telling him you remember, like, I was like, no, I worship Big Daddy Kane. Like, he made me feel like I was funny style with you or something like that.
Nah, not at all.
You ain't take it like that, right?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, listen, Big Daddy Kane. We already got a versus battle going between you and Rakim. Heard it first here. You have a new song with Chuck D. Chuck Deep in here.
Yeah.
Tell me about this new song, Kane.
It's called Enough. And basically, you know, it's talking about, you know, the police brutality that's going on in the world. It's talking about the dirty water in Flint, Michigan. It's talking about, you know, no response to the people from Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. You know, just basically talking about stuff that's going on in the world. And I thank Chuck D for being a part and Lauren Oden for singing the hook. And, you know, I just really wanted to address the issue.
Who sung the hook?
Lauren Oden, the brother that sings with Adrian Young on Black Dynamite.
All right. I know who he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Eric B. Eric B is in the comments. You know, he's the godfather of this show.
My dude E.
Yo, Eric B's the godfather of this show. This Fat Joe show.
Yeah, I got to tell you about Eric, but we get back to that, man.
Yo, Eric, the man, not the myth. But
no, that's my brother there. But no, but I mean, so basically, once I saw that Tamika Mallory speech in Minnesota, I thought that it was so deep and so touching. I was like, even though I ain't been trying to make new music, I do got something to say. So I made this song called Chuck. We put it out. And, you know, basically what I said, that's what the subject matter is about. And for those
we're going to download that right now, everybody. We're going to spin it to death.
If you support it, all the proceeds.
And Big Daddy Kane.
But look at all the proceeds go to Tamika Mallory's foundation Until Freedom. You know, I'm not making no money.
Let me ask you a question, Big Daddy Kane.
Go for it.
You was one of the first guys to move out of New York. I'm not going to say where you live, but live quietly. Calculated, like, you know, we could get in trouble in New York or whatever. It was like premeditated. Like, so, you know, I moved to Miami because I got so powerful in New York. You know, that one day I was looking at my guys, and my guys were all guys who did 20 years in jail. And I said, God forbid somebody throws a popcorn at me. These people are going to kill the whole Madison Square Garden. I had to move to Miami to just be nice, right?
Gotcha.
Was that one of the reasons? Why did you move out of town so early? And you obviously love it. You stood there. You was ahead of your time with that.
Well, I mean, you know, for one, New York was changing a whole lot, you know, where it's not the same New York I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting older and more mature, it's like I'm not trying to hit the clubs every night. You see what I'm saying? And the people that I'm cool with, that I rock with, I'm like, you know, I go over, you know, my man's spot, or, you know, had them come over my spot. You know, cats was, you know, getting locked up. Cats was, getting murdered. You know, I lost a lot of people that I really, you know, messed with in that small circle. So it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't, New York wasn't the same New York no more, you know? Like even like my 32-year-old right now, he was younger then. I couldn't take him to the Deuce and show him the Kung Fu theaters. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter sees pictures of that shit. She sees pictures of a car, an old school car, like let's say an Impala broke down on 42nd Street with the smoke coming out the radiator. She's like, yo, Dad, what is this? This looks cool. I'm like, yeah, this is the fucking car I grew up in.
Yeah, real spill. Real spill. Yeah, real spill.
We ain't have shit. Let me tell you, Big Daddy Kane, I love you. I got one last question. Don't escape this. Don't run away. Who you got tonight? DMX or Snoop Dogg in the Verzuz battle?
You know, it's like, because they sitting there playing songs on camera, it's like I would probably see it being Snoop, because it's, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was on stage, DMX all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Different energy on stage.
DMX is different. Anthem King.
On stage,
Snoop Dogg, nobody got bigger storms than Snoop Dogg, bro. Nobody.
But I mean, it's like the tone of Snoop's songs while you sitting there in your house. You know what I'm saying? That's captivating. You know what I'm saying? With the DMX songs, you can't get where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? While you sitting in your damn house. You know.
Let me tell you something. We're about to connect off because they go on now at 8 o'clock. I thank you for everything. I love you. And you've been talking about just the other day, taxi cabs don't even come my way. You've been talking that consciousness and that shit that you talking in like enough. You know, that's real shit. We appreciate you. We love you. Anytime you want to come back to the big show, show.
I thank you, man. And I'm very happy to see where you are with your career, man. Stay blessed, my brother. And if by any chance you get another damn track like Safe to Say, you better call me.
Shout out Just Blaze. I love you, Big Daddy Kane. Thank you, man.
Peace.
Peace.